There's one thing humans have always done, besides eating, drinking, sleeping, loving, and fighting. Migration. Today people talk about it as if it were something new. A crisis, a problem. I'm Turkish, which basically makes me a professional vagabond. My ancestors mastered the art of migration. Over centuries, they moved from Central Asia to Anatolia. My parents went even further. And somehow, without really noticing, I continued the journey. My name is Malik. I'm a filmmaker from New York. Even though I've never actually been there. Growing up in Germany, I was raised on American soft power at its peak. By the age of 10, I knew more about New York and the Ninja Turtles hanging out in its sewers than about the place I was actually living in. The American dream was planted early in my mind. Later, I began to understand what it meant. Work hard, climb higher, consume, accumulate, and eventually, you'll arrive. But arrive where? That sounded boring to me. But I could see how powerful this idea was, how efficiently it conquered the world. That's how empires are born. But empires fall when their narratives stop working. As a New Yorker, I know what Our Lady Liberty says. Give me you're tired, you're poor. But what if you don't want the poor anymore? Maybe your narrative is crumbling. And apart from that, do I really care about being a highly functional part of your economy? I don't need a bigger TV or a fancier apartment. I want a bigger life. To experience it in its full palette. Maybe that's why I had to move. The further I traveled, the larger the world became. What I thought would be one journey turned into expeditions spanning decades. Something always pulled me towards the sea. I grew up between identities, just like the Mediterranean. Nothing here is completely pure. Neither am I. Another expedition is taking me across the Americas, in search of my own American dream. Although, I might have to look a little further south, because how can you call something a dream when there are no coconuts involved? Another journey is leading me east, along the Silk Road. My ancestors spent centuries moving west. I'll go in the opposite direction, back to the lands they once crossed. And a bit further. And one path will take me to Africa. Of every place I'll go, it's the one that feels most foreign to me. No language I speak, no family history I can trace there. And yet, the strangest place I'll ever visit is also the only one that belongs to all of us. I'm mapping the world with my camera. Every place becomes a film. Every film becomes part of the map. And it begins here, in Izmir. A giant no one ever told you about.